two, one. Cue the music. Yeah. Welcome to a fresh new episode of the Fitness Avengers, where we fight fat, frustration, and fitness fakes. I'm your host, NASM Master Trainer Tony Ariola from TotalBodyProject.com, and I'm on a personal mission to simplify fitness for you. So welcome. Check us out. Man, we upgraded. We moved into a studio after COVID's been over. We're now in Hollywood, California. Actually, I'm lying. Yeah. Court broke up with me and she has her own office now. So I was able to move in and we got kind of like a nice little studio section, but that's why the fancy background. You're going to like today's show because today we're going to talk about how to turbocharge your results. If you're just jumping on, make sure you say hi. Love to see you guys in here. Last week we got cut off because of COVID. We didn't pay the Cox bill. You know how Cox is. Those guys shut us down. This week's show, we're going to talk about how to get in shape fast, right? This is when people call me and say, hey, I got a pool party. I need to get in shape and I need to get in shape fast. So we're going to talk about what you can do to move the needle quickly and get to your goal as fast as humanly possible. If you're watching the show, make sure you comment. Mighty Muscle for a chance to win. What do I feel like giving away today? Maybe I should give away some free training. Yeah, just comment. And then we'll kind of see what I get. Maybe a free book, maybe a free Get Me Skinny book. I don't know. Just comment and we'll see what kind of mood I'm in at the end. So I'm gonna give you 5 hacks today to speed up your fitness results. 5 hacks that actually work, not just cutting the water weight and then you lose 5 pounds of water weight and then you look the same. We're gonna talk about how to get rid of this is 1 pound of blubber, and this bad boy right here. This is 5 pounds of fat. So we're gonna see if we can get rid of one of these guys. This is like bigger than my head. We're gonna see how we can get rid of one of these guys in a week. Can it be done? Can it be possible? It's a lot, right? You take that guy off the chunk of the side, it's a lot of weight. We're gonna have today's Ask the Trainer is about intermittent fasting. So I get a lot of questions all the time about intermittent fasting. I know it's hot right now, so I'm going to give you my opinions, and I'm going to tell you, you're going to be actually a little bit surprised on what I think about intermittent fasting. So make sure you tune in all the way to the end. We have a client spotlight, which is pretty special. It's one of my clients who may be the oldest client I've ever had. Yeah, I think so. Again, thank you everyone who's jumped on the Get Me Skinny coaching program. I'm super pumped to help you guys out and get you guys all the way to the skinny side. Thank you guys so much for trusting me, and I'm super grateful for the opportunity. And if you haven't had a chance to apply, or if you're still kind of on the fence, just watch all these guys get skinny, and then once they do, then you can also jump on later on. The first thing we want to do, if we're talking about turbocharging your results, I'm talking about getting to your goal super fast, is you have to know your numbers. And what I mean by know your numbers, there's only 2 numbers that we're talking about. This guy, my Garmin will tell me calories, right? So we're talking about calories, energy out, which is how many calories your body burns, and energy in, which is how many calories your body intakes. You have to know those numbers to the T. And even though the Fitbit, Garmin, Apple, they have some variants, they're not exactly 100% accurate as far as caloric burn. They give you a pretty good estimate. And so they'll kind of give you like a ballpark of where you're at and what you need to do, but you have to know your numbers. So the first thing is understanding how many calories you're burning. And the next thing is understanding how many calories you're intaking. So you have to log everything. Now, I'm not talking about that this is going to be sustainable for a long time. We're talking about turbocharging your results, right? Which is the wedding is in, 12 weeks or 10 weeks or 8 weeks. What could you do? If you really run really well, you can do 2 to 3 pounds of real fat in a week, of real fat, not just water. But you have to know your numbers and to the T there. I mean, there's no give on that. You have to know the numbers. So once you know your numbers, you're logging everything, you're tracking everything. The next thing is that you want to understand your bigger burn. And I talk about this a lot in my first book, Get Me Skinny. your bigger burn is your ultimate why of why you want to accomplish this. And for a lot of my clients, including myself, this can be a little bit painful. Maybe someone said something to you in the office. Maybe you saw a video of you and you didn't look too great. Maybe you're seeing an ex, or you're getting ready to go to the pool and you put on those bathing trunks or that swimsuit and things just don't look right. Maybe you're scared to take off your clothes in front of your partner. Whatever it may be, that reason has to be compelling. It's got to burn. It's got to dig deep, and it's got to be enough to move you in the right direction. If it's not something that's emotional, if it's not painful, if it doesn't almost bring you to tears, then you're not going to be successful, because weight loss is hard. It's difficult. It's not easy. If it was easy, everyone would be in shape, but it takes a lot of work. And if you don't have the motivation or the emotional drive behind it, when it gets difficult, which it will, usually weekends and like some Friday nights and things like that, celebrations, when it gets hard and people try to move you away from your goal, if your bigger burn is not big enough, then you're going to fall temptation. And I've seen this over and over with clients. If you have a weak why, if you're like, nah, it'd be nice if I did, you're just not going to do it. You got to be sometimes just really like pissed off. And maybe somebody said something about you, or you just hate the way you look. You're just disgusted with putting on the clothes and it just don't feel right. The belt doesn't sit right. The suit doesn't feel right. The dress looks like it's bulging in the wrong spot. Whatever it is, it's got to like get you upset to the point that you're like tired of it and you're not just going to stop. You're not going to take it anymore. And that's when you're really ready to make that change. So you got to get that plan. You got to get that motivation, and you got to put these things together. And that's going to help you move forward and turbocharge your results. You're going to go like super fast from there. So now you got these two pieces, right? You're excited. You know what to do. You know your numbers, and you got your rocket pack. You got your bigger burn, right? Like I'm seeing the X, right? I haven't seen the X in a long time. And I don't want to look. We're going to a mutual friend's wedding, and I'm going to run into them, and I can't be looking like garbage because they're going to talk smack, and I don't like that. So you have those pieces together. Now what we need to do is we got to increase the fat gap. Now, what do I mean by increasing the fat gap? Well, on one side, you got energy in, which is how many calories you're intaking. So the least amount of calories you can do is probably like 1,000 or 1,200, somewhere in that range. So you bring those down, and then you got to increase how many calories you burn on the upside. So that means you're running more, you're taking more steps, you're being more active, you're working out, you're trying to burn as many calories as you can. Because remember, whenever you make these gaps big, that's when your body goes in and grabs this fat and goes, takes out the fat and uses the fat as energy. And that's what helps get rid of the fat. So if you want to increase that percentage, if you want to move super fast, you got to eat a lot less, right? 1,000, 1,100, 1,200 calories, and you got to burn a lot more. And the way to burn a lot more is by exercising more, increasing the steps, running, hills, do everything you can, shake, fidget, anything that you can do to burn calories, as many calories as you can, you'll lose weight faster. Because remember, you need a deficit of 3,500 calories to burn 1 actual pound of fat. Now, water weight is different. Water weight, you can vary anywhere from 2 to 8 pounds in 1 day. So we're not talking about water weight. We're talking about real like queso right here, the cheese on the side. This bad boy right here, you need a deficit of 3,500 calories. So let's just do some kind of basic math. So if you're intaking, say, 2,000 calories, right? You eat 2,000 calories and you burn 3,000 calories. That gap is 1,000. So you're going to lose a pound every 3.5 days. So in a week, you can lose 2 pounds. If you want to make it faster, you can try to burn 4,000 calories and try to reduce the energy intake. So you're always trying to increase this fat gap, right? It's exactly like money. If you want to make more money, or if you want to keep more money, spend less, make more. Spend less, make more, then you become like super rich and life's crazy for you and all that good stuff. So it works exactly like that. Eat less, move more, make these gaps huge, and you'll really turbocharge those results. Does that kind of make sense? If you're confused, I see you guys jumping on here. If you're confused, just ask. Hit it in the comments. Say, hey, T, I don't know what you're saying. Or like last week, you're glitchy and I don't know what you're saying. That also helps me. If you're on here, go ahead and hit those likes, those emojis, the laughing face, the wow face, uh, anything. Where it's a happy day, guys. It's the first day of fall. We're heading into this COVID phase, and the world, even though it's not normal, we got to make the best of it, and we got to figure out our ways to be happy. And this is the best time for me right now. Is this sitting in this nice lofty studio where it's just epic sharing my message with you. So thank you guys. Emoji time. Woo-hoo. All right. I'm gonna give you now some turbocharging secrets. Focus on the weekends. Yeah. You know, I hate it. I hate saying that too. The weekends are hard because everybody wants to cheat and I get a cheat meal. But repeat after me, cheat meals do not exist. Once again, cheat meals do not exist. One more time, cheat meals do not exist. So put it this way. If you're saving maybe like, say $10 a day, you save $10 a day, like, yeah, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and you're like, yeah, I saved $50. But on Saturday, you bought a television, and that was like, $1,000. How much money did you save? No, you actually owe money, right? You're in the wrong side. The same thing happens with calories. If you just go ham on the weekend and just like, I can't reach Cookie Monster, but Cookie Monster was here. Like, then you just lose it. Then it doesn't matter how good you were. It doesn't matter the days. It matters how much. So if you focus on the weekends, give yourself a break, right? But make sure it fits on your budget. But if you're trying to turbocharge, like this episode is about turbocharging your results, then you definitely want to focus on execution during the weekends. And you could do it too. The way I like to tell people is that if I gave you $10,000 to eat perfectly on Saturday and Sunday, could you do it? Everyone's like, of course. Yeah, I could do it. All right, then. So you can do it. You're able to do it. Are you willing? That's a different question. And that's maybe the question. That's where the bigger burn comes into play, right? If you got a trip, like we're going to Cabo in a few weeks, or if you're going traveling and you're going to be exposed, you want to look good, then you focus on these weekends and you get these things done. That way you move the needle, you look good. Fiance's happy, Kona's happy, everybody wins. And the next thing, if you really want to turbocharge your results, is cheat. Yeah, cheating is the best way to do it. What I mean by cheating, get a coach, get a certified weight loss expert who's done this stuff, who's seen it all, who can tell you like, hey, dude, if you can't stop eating chicken wings, you're not going to stop immediately. We got to figure out how you can eat a little bit less chicken wings, how you can move a lot more, how you can maybe cut back on the fries, how you can still have some drinks, but maybe not enough drinks, how we can move more, and what we can do given your unique situation. So cheat. If you have access to a coach, cheat. It just makes things so much easier. Like, why go after this thing by yourself if you know it's really hard? Just cheat. Get somebody, either myself or another weight loss expert, but make sure that they're in shape. Okay, there's nothing worse than an out of shape weight loss expert helping somebody lose weight. That doesn't make any sense, right? It's like a dentist whose teeth are all messed up. Don't do that. Get somebody that knows what they're talking about and that really resonates with you, that you can kind of vibe with, and will help you move you in the right direction. Remember, you want them to hold you accountable. You want them to be firm but insightful, and you want them to take your best interest in mind. That's a whole partnership with a coach. And it's cheating, right? You know that you struggle with this. You might as well get somebody that's basically all they do. So cheat, guys. All right. What about intermittent fasting? It's a great question. I love this question because right now it's hot, right? And it's hot because celebrities are doing it. That's how you can always tell something's hot or not. Like, oh, I'm doing intermittent fasting and I'm down 105 pounds, right? Intermittent fasting works for different reasons. Number one, if you're eating, and there's a bunch of different ways that people do it. Some people do it like 12 hours, some do it 8 hours, Some do 24-hour blocks. Some do 48-hour blocks. It just really depends on what works with you. And you really want to run an experiment with yourself and figure out, hey, will this work for me? Or is it sending me like in a tailspin? Or is it really hard? I've played with this because I've done I've had clients who've tried this, and I myself was like, okay, let me try this. Let me run with my clients and see how I feel. Because for a long time I was eating breakfast like habitually. That's all breakfast is the most important meal of the day. And I said, okay, let me see what happens if I don't eat breakfast. And it turns out I really didn't need breakfast. I don't actually get hungry till about 12 or 1 o'clock in the afternoon. If I do get hungry, I'll have like a light snack. But what happens if I go too far, like if I go to like 4 or 5 without eating, I start to get really lightheaded. And I start seeing like stars. Pew, 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 pew. And although the stars are fun to see, they don't feel very good because you're almost like passing out. So you want to play with the intermittent fasting, but be safe with yourself. If you don't feel good, you feel lethargic, you feel sleepy, your body just doesn't feel good, then it's probably not for you. One good practice of the intermittent fastings, which I really like, is that it shows people how to have constraint and how to have kind of discipline over their control. So you really learn how to manage that hunger. Like when you're hungry, instead of going to go eat, you just kind of buckle down and you suffer a little bit. Like, all right, I'm hungry. Cool. No big deal. That's good practice for you. Because when you're hungry, you don't always have to eat. You know, like when we were kids and we didn't have any money and we were hungry, there was no food. So none of us died. But there was, right, it was actually some heartache and it was a little bit painful, but we all lived. Now I can just eat whenever, and I just eat whenever. And that's also not good. Because if you eat whenever, when you're bored, when you're unhappy, where something bad happened to you, you're emotional, you're whatever, all these different emotions, if the first thing you go to is food, then you're going to have problems. You're going to be overweight. You're going to get some of this and you get some of that. And that's just it's not going to be a winning ticket for you. So you guys, questions on intermittent fasting, jump in. I don't know if there's some problems with Facebook today, so I might not be getting your questions. So if you're putting in, I can't see them. I'm not ignoring you. I just can't see them. Now I got a really special client spotlight, and he probably is not going to watch it because he doesn't do Facebook or technology or Facebook Live, but let's go ahead and show this guy. Yeah, it's my boy right there. I'll make myself tiny. Let's see. Let's play the video right here.
Great job, Jim. All right, let's go.
Damn, didn't work. Look at him. Those are just shopping bags with books inside. We use those for
Jim.
weights. And now we got spaghetti cans that we're using for dumbbells. Look at him. So there he is, Jim, 94 years old, and making it happen. And Jim trains 2 times a week. He was 3 times a week, but now he's 2 times a week during this COVID thing. But you can see he's putting in work. He's 94 years old. We work on balance. We work on core. We work on stretching. I'm actually teaching him how to juggle right now. So if you guys saw my Instagram story, that's actually from me teaching Jim and some of my clients how to juggle. But I'm very proud of Jim for a multitude of reasons. He fought in World War II, but he just goes to show that age is just this number that it's just associated with us. It's not who we are. It does not define us. And even despite COVID and despite the world falling apart, it'd be very easy for Jim to not train because he's got to get on Zoom, right? This technology is a barrier for a lot of people. He's got to figure that out. You send him an email link and all these things that have to happen. He also has a hearing aid. So sometimes the voice over the technology doesn't hear the same. But no matter what the obstacle, he found a way to overcome. And that's my challenge to you, to all of us, basically, is no matter what we're facing right now during this COVID time, what can you do to overcome that obstacle? Not COVID came, wrecked my life, and then that's it. No. COVID came, it challenged us, but what can we do to overcome it? And that, I think, is the most important part. And that's what I'm seeing with Jim, and I'm seeing with a lot of my clients. And I want to see from you. So let me know in the comments, reach out to me. What are you doing to overcome this COVID situation? Because it looks like it's not going away, guys. So if you're waiting for COVID to go away so you can start to get in shape, then you might be waiting a long time. So I invite you to now jump on the bandwagon, because we're not going into September, October, November, December, right? The 3 worst months in fitness. What do you think is going to happen? You think people are going to gain more weight, or you think they're going to lose weight? So what's going to happen in a new year, right? We're going to try to lose 20, 30 pounds more. Draw a line in the sand. Enough is enough, and get yourself going in the right direction. And if you need help, cheat. Cheat. If you haven't just yet, join our Facebook group. We're about 155, getting ready to post a lot more content in there, getting ready to be a lot more helpful and more engaged with everybody. So just jump on the Facebook group. It's called the Fitness Avengers, where we fight fat and frustration. What? Fitness fakes too. There's a lot more fakes now out there, guys, so watch out. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. I really appreciate you. Like, share, comment. If you know somebody that will benefit from this information, share it with them. Next week, I'm gonna share with you why fat loss feels hopeless. And this is I'm really trying to dive into that mindset of why sometimes it just feels really hard, and it's really this mountain that we just cannot overcome. So if you feel like you're struggling, or if you feel like you need like an extra pep talk, or just some best practices that I'm sharing with my clients online, virtually, and some live sessions as well, make sure you tune in next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. Again, my name is Tony Ariola, NASM Master Trainer. I'm an author. I wrote Get Me Skinny, a bunch of other books. My purpose in life is to teach you health and happiness. So thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate your support. I hope you're benefiting from this information. Stay safe, stay happy, stay healthy, and I'll see you on the skinny side. Cue the music. Did we glitch out today? I hope not. Look at the studio. Yeah. Big time.